Yes, they call him the Wild Thing. That's John Daly, not sports and golf writing journalist Bruce Young. Hey, Bruce, anyone ever call you the Wild Thing?
No, I don't think so, but nice to be here, Craig. Nice to be in the studio. Good
to have you in studio. Good to see you in person. And in person, John Daly, OK. Is it money well spent bringing him to Australia? Obviously, yesterday was the camera throwing incident. Is any publicity good publicity in this case?
I think so. In fact, Matty Goggin made an interesting point today when he said he was in Tasmania the week before the Australian PGA Championship last week. And the only reason that he realised that the tournaments were on, other than the fact that he was coming to play at the PGA, was because of the publicity that John Daly had generated for the Australian Masters tournament. So every back page this week has had John Daly on the back of the paper, so I think it's been good. OK, some things have gone wrong, but overall he's been tremendous for the Australasian Tour this season. Yeah,
I know. I've had calls from overseas, so they're interested as well. All right, let's look at the going into the third round, or I guess the 2.5 round. What is it going to be like for the pros going out there? They've got to play a lot of holes tomorrow, sore legs, and mentally pretty tough as well.
Well, some of them have to play nearly 2 rounds tomorrow, but for many of these guys, the more experienced guys, they're regularly doing this in the United States, especially during the summer when there's a lot of lightning around and bad weather around, so they're oftentimes coming back the following day to complete a round and then go out and play the following round that same day. So some of them, as I said, have got 2 rounds, but I think for many of the more experienced players it's not going to be an issue, but maybe for some of these younger players, and there are quite a few amongst the leaders at the moment, it'll be a true test, I think, over the next 36 holes, but more especially tomorrow.
Well, we've got a rookie in the lead. Now, he would be used to cutthroat. I mean, he plays in the United States, not in the top tour, but in even something arguably more cutthroat just below it. Can he hang on?
No, I don't think he can. I mean, he's going to benefit from this experience. He's going to go through quite a learning experience over the next couple of days. He's a highly credentialed player. He was one of our best amateurs. In fact, he was the leading amateur in the world for a few weeks just prior to turning professional. So he's got the credentials as far as his game is concerned. What he doesn't have is the experience. He's going to benefit from the experience that he gains over the next 2 days, and the next time he's in that position, he'll be just that much better for it. I'd love to see him go on and win, but I think realistically, probably not.
Who's in with a shot then? I know you're impressed with Robert Allenby.
Well, I'm impressed with the way he's played his first 9 holes this afternoon in the very difficult conditions. He's got to 4 under for the day, 5 under for the tournament. He's a threat. So too is Matty Goggin, who's playing beautifully at the moment. We saw perhaps a difficult last day for him last week at the PGA Championship, but I think what we're going to see from Matty Goggin, I don't think he's going to go away like he did late in the tournament last week. Peter Lonard snuck in there to 5 under par. Rod Pampling, of course, a winner of the Masters just a couple of weeks ago. He's very much in the hunt. So a lot of good, high-quality players, winners on the US PGA Tour, in addition to a few youngsters that are going to benefit from the experience this week.
Ewan Porter, Matt Jones.
Well, Matt Jones has started out the season on the PGA Tour as if he was going to do something very special. He ended up losing his status on the PGA Tour, but many people talk about Matt Jones as a very fine young player, a winner on the Nationwide Tour before joining the PGA Tour. Ewan Porter won in Moona this year. He's really struggled since, but back in his own backyard and back in front of friends and everything, he seems very comfortable, and he held it together very well today and could have a very good weekend.
Yeah, we know that the Australian Open is maybe not struggling, but its glory days are far behind it. How are the crowds? Are the crowds coming back? They've got the party hole and obviously the John Daly. They must be getting very close to the players now. Are you pleased with who's been turning up to watch in the first 2 days?
I think this has been
given that it rained.
Yeah, well, exactly, and I think this has been a bit of a litmus test this week, because 2 years ago at Royal Sydney we had the Greg Norman factor there to bring the crowds through. But yesterday, when the weather was good yesterday, we got a chance to see just how many people were out there. And I thought, when I went out there and had a good look around the course in the afternoon, I thought the crowds were very, very good, equal to that were around when Greg Norman played a couple of years ago, I thought, especially on the first couple of days. So I think they've done very well. I think it's an outstanding tournament venue, and provided we get a good run of weather over the next couple of days, I think we're going to have some pretty good crowds there.
All right then, Bruce, thanks for coming in the flesh. We look forward to seeing you back on Sportsline.
My pleasure, Craig.